Hey guys, welcome back. So in this video, we're going to see how to add items to your list and also how to change the order of items in your list. So here we've got the same situation as before, 3 columns: employee name, status, and department. And let's say on the status column, we want to add another status, which is, for example, intern. And as you can see here on the status list, we've got another item added, but do we have it here on our list options? No, we don't have it. So it's been added here, but how can we add that to the list? Well, there are 2 options. You could either select the whole column, go to data validation here, and here you got a prompt. The selection contains some cells without data validation settings. Do you want to extend data validation for these cells? And actually, Excel means the header cell, which we can say yes, for example, and then we can change the source to include all 4 cells. I'll click cancel here because I don't want to do that one. Actually, instead, and a faster way to do it is to actually highlight the additional entry that you've added, and then you can press the shift key on your keyboard, and then when this cross appears, you can click and drag it before an entry that is already in the list. So here I'm going to drag it before contract, for example, and then release my mouse button and shift key. As you can see here, it's been added before contract, and this way it will actually just be added to the list before contract. And then you can do sorting. You can sort your list again if you want to do so. So this is actually a faster way to do it than to recreate your list again. Okay, the same thing applies as well if we need to change the order of an item in a list. So let's say this item here, engineering operations, is being used a lot. Maybe we've got a lot of employees in that department and we want to make it at the top of the list for the department. So let's try to actually highlight it and then press the shift key on our keyboard, and then when this cross appears, we would left click and drag here and put it at the top of the list. And let's check our list actually. As you can see here, it is not in our list. It's not in the top, and it's not actually anywhere in the list. So actually we needed to do something different. So I press Ctrl and Z on my keyboard here, and I'll put it back. And then what we need to do, actually, instead of dragging it to the top of the list, we will just drag it to be the second item in the list, and then drag administration, which is the first item, and put it second in the list. So this way, engineering operations will actually be at the top of the list this way. So if you need to make an item the first item in the list, don't drag it all the way to the top to be the top item in the list. Instead, drag it to be the second item, and then drag the first item to be the second item. And this applies only to making an item the first item in the list, but if you need to change the position of an item to be any other position other than the first item, then you can simply drag it, click and drag it to this position here while pressing the shift key. So here I'm going to make compliance the third item in the list, for example, and as you can see here, that has been applied. Okay, so that's it guys for changing the order of items in a list and also adding new items to a list. Thank you very much for watching this video. I'll see you on the next one.